This is Deducter bringing you Scenario 4 of Grand Campaign 41, and this is where the game truly begins, at least in my opinion. This is Minsk41, June 22nd, 1941, the start of Operation Barbarossa. And basically, at least so far in the planned DLCs, uh, we'll spend about 50 scenarios in 5 years, or more like 4 years actually, find Russians. So, well, it depends on how you count, right? Because June to May, June 41 to May 45, that's actually about 4 years, right? But anyway, uh, anyway, the Russians are not a joke. Yes, early on is pretty easy to steamroll them, but on the other hand, look at my core composition. I've organized my core into 3 separate units. Here we see the 1st Panzer Division, which includes a newly purchased Panzer 3G, along with various light tanks, and the only Panzer IV in my entire army. Various formations here and there, including the 88 gun, which will be critical in the north. Here in the middle, we have a force of what I call the 2nd SC Panzer Grenadier Division, which is mostly infantry and a single SC tank. By the way, the SC tank is the most well upgraded of all my tanks. Is actually the final model thus far, the Panzer IIIH, along with this 88 gun, which will be very useful down at Brest Fortress. And then over here, we have various other units. So, this is the 17th Panzer Division, considerably smaller than the other ones. In fact, probably a little too small. I think I will transfer one of these panzers over for the next scenario, because I don't really need 4 up there. In fact, I might want to transfer one of those panzers now. Well, we'll see. I do have this SE panzer to help out, and that should be sufficient. I also have this elite panzer, but is still the F model, has the crappy, not the 50mm gun, but the 37mm gun there. So not the best, and let's see how this stacks up against the KV and T-34 tanks of Russia. So, let's see. Step 1. Deal with these units. This is actually non-trivial. I have to start thinking about the game again. I haven't been commenting much on the earlier scenarios, but that's just because they were so pathetically easy that it's not really necessary to try. If I remember correctly, there is something on here. Yep. I want it to retreat if at all possible. Retreated, very good. Then we'll hit it with Panzer 1. These Russian units are under strength and low on supplies to simulate the unreadiness of the Russian border forces. Let's see. I want to interdict and prevent as much resupply as possible. That is the key to completing this mission. It is very safe on the first turn to basically move as boldly as you want. Honestly, that infantry is not that dangerous. We'll go there. Wow. I'm pretty sure there's something down here, but I don't remember what it was. Great. Well, hmm. I have to think about that area. In the meantime, let's advance along here. This is where the half tracks come in use. Da da da. Ah. Maybe I need to close some of the other programs. Give me 1 second. Gonna pause. Okay, let me try this again. Hopefully I don't get that lag problem still. Let me do something here. It's actually kind of tricky. Alright. Whoa. Didn't see that one. Hmm. Beautiful. Alright, now I have 3 units around this position. It can't reinforce either. Things are looking up. I have to say, this is actually going quite well. Best to bombard that. I mean, honestly, I should probably deal with the recon car first, but I have a plan for the recon car. Yeesh. Alright. T-34s are by far the most dangerous. There are also no Russian air units on this map for some time. The key to making sure that no more spawn is to capture all the airfields as soon as possible. Continue to do good damage across the board here. Most of the Russian A units also don't have ammo for the first turn mostly. They will get ammo pretty soon though. So one thing. Now let's see, this T-34 is out of ammo. Even so, it has effective defense of 14. So it is pretty tough. I actually do not want to attack it, as I am afraid it will resupply. Instead, we'll use this auxiliary unit to go there. Now I have 3 units around it. It is useless. There is a KV-1 tank that can attack over there. That I gotta be careful of. Now as for the situation down here, this is my plan. Wow, that could have worked better. Alright. There's no rush kill the scout car. I know there's KV-1 tank over there, and I mean, I guess these infantry will reinforce, and there's not too much I can do about it. Well, there are still some tricks I can play. If I move this here, that's pretty safe. KV-1 tank shouldn't attack it, I think. Yeah, sure, why not? Those units are more or less useless anyway, as I can't recall. I think I played this scenario and there was only the one time ever that I let the AI spawn air units. They were actually pretty bad, but as in, there were a good number of air units. Still, this situation is non-trivial. Wait. Alright, I have that. This can move too. I don't want that. Honestly, there is no good solution for this area. I'm going to do this. Plus, this gives me a peek at the fortress itself. Lag is starting up again. This is not good. I've also declined to deploy one of my fighters as I won't be needing them here. I'm like almost 100% sure there's something in that fog, so I will take a peek. Yeah, that's what there is. Now we will cross the river by fording it over there. I think that's everything. Oh wait, except these units. Let's see. I can use them to interdict more supplies. That's probably my best bet with them. Da da da. Let's see. What should I do with this one? I'll put it over here. Interesting. Oh, there's artillery there that is not out of ammo. Alright. Let's see. Nope. Retreat onto the river. Perhaps I can even kill it that way. Yep. Da da da. Now that dealt with most of it. I used a recon unit to capture these hexes. Refuel. Continue the Panzer drive. Nothing quite like bold maneuver here. Full speed ahead. There is no risk of a Russian counterattack just yet. Actually, I don't think there are any Russian counterattacks on this map. There may be some like localized counterattacks, but they're pretty useless for the most part. Park this over here. Da. Alright. Now the situation down here is a little tricky. T-34 can be killed fairly easily, sure, but... Okay, so much for getting killed fairly easily. Look at that. Kill is 22%. That's roughly what it should be. It's moving some decent panzers. Okay, now the situation is kind of critical down south. Boy. I gotta think about this. Among other things, there are these annoying AA guns. Plus, there's a KV-1 tank that I don't want to fight. I don't remember where it is. Let's see, does this reveal it? No. So the KV-1 tank is somewhere near this forest hex. Yeah, that gives it good movement, though. You know what we'll do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the solution is pretty simple. It is simply to hold these units idle until I can deal with the coming onslaught. Until I can deal with that KV tank, obviously, that's what I meant to say. My prediction is this. KV tank will move to one of these adjacent hexes, in which case my 88 gun will be in position to deliver it a counterattack. Otherwise, I can simply shift my defensive position over here. Best to refuel some of these units. Great. There are certain tricks I can play still, but I'm not going to play them just yet. For now, we'll keep a good chunk of my forces in reserve. For now. Bridge engineers can actually hit back against air units. Alright. So again, down south, I am going to hold my troops in a defensive posture and hope for the best. I think I have... I mean, honestly, Brest Fortress will take some time to take. I haven't actually tried to do it this way, but sounds like fun, so I'm gonna do it this way for now. honestly, Brest isn't that hard to take. The key, I think, is to race for Minsk, and especially the airfields around Minsk. Those are not trivial to capture. That was exactly as I had predicted. Beautiful. Now that was not a good move by the AI. Okay, let's take a look at the KV-1A tank. What did I do to it? Well, it has the same defenses, but has a better gun. It has more hard attack, for instance. It used to be 8. But the initiative on these tanks is abysmal. It's appalling. Initiative of 3. So, if you attack with 88, it works pretty well. If you attack with a bad Panzer, it actually works okay. Keep in mind, I actually have a +3 defensive hero on this, which is why, it actually does okay. If you attack with a Panzer II, the odds are terrible, just like they would be historically. If you attack with a less experienced Panzer, even though this is a more upgraded model, it doesn't have a hero, it doesn't do so well. Even the most recent Panzer, as you can see, with 1 star, not really a match for the KV-1A tank. So, now I have to deal with this. How do I deal with this? Among other things, now that I know the KV-1A tank is out, so there are a number of tricks to dealing with KV-1As. Trick 1 is to use air power. And historically, that was often the best option. Instead of fighting these panzers these tanks head on, he simply devastated them from the air. And the best unit to use are level bombers, actually, I think. Since the other major thing I did with them is I severely reduced the amount of ammunition and fuel they have. Now the KV-1A tank is forced to retreat. Now if I move another air unit there to bombard, I don't think that's a good idea. This is actually not a trivial series units destroy. Okay. I also don't see why some people complain that entrenched infantry are too easy to take out. I mean, this thing survived. I want the artillery to be busy firing on my useless, over there. In fact, the infantry may even get in on some of that action. Now, I really want that KV tank to die now, so... Well, that's... Okay. I do not want it to retreat. I want it to stay put, if at all possible. Because I still have a few tricks left to play. So now, I'll try to unveil the second trick. Hopefully... Oh wait, no, that was a 3 range. Damn, never mind. Well, I didn't do the trick correctly. Do I have any other units I can send to try to pull this off correctly? No, but the AI won't move to do that. Damn. Well, I guess we'll do this. So much for my attempt to be clever. That didn't work out. Yeah, this unit is sitting kind of uselessly around here. Yeah, that thing's 3 range. Ugh, damn. The idea was to try to lure onto a river. I'll try to execute that correctly next turn. Not this turn, though. That's actually, now that I think about it, a surprisingly good move by the AI. Won't save it, though. There's no need to bombard again this turn. Hmm. I really want to capture that place sooner rather than later. So, observe. How do I do this? Well, there are a number of tricks I can play. This is trick 1. Use half-tracks to their full advantage. Didn't kill it, that's okay. Actually, I will take this position out after all. That worked well. I want to take a look over here again. That's the great thing about the F. It has so much fuel that you can use it for Russia. So half-tracks, hardly useless when used appropriately. Of course, the opportunities to use them appropriately is few and far between. What's that? We'll move this over here. Start bombarding this position. Pretty sure that infantry won't move out no matter what. I want to leave a retreat path open though, as I am paranoid. That was not a good decision by the AI. Alright. This part went well. And I don't really want them to retreat, since there's no good place for it to retreat to anyway. Let's try to hit it with another. Do I have another bomber? Yes, I do. Now I can force it to retreat to the river. Well, that works too. It's best to send the recon unit, I think, south. To try to seize that airfield. In the meantime, let's transfer most of my panzers north, where they are needed. Have light tanks leading the way, probably not the best decision. Actually, send this infantry to go capture it. Now ponder the moves down here. If I remember correctly, there is something in this fog. Whoa. Not like that. I don't remember what. You know, winning now, we'll take a look. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, that's easy to fight. We will resupply that. Bring this up. I do want my recon unit, now that I think about it, to not be here, because this position is bad for it. That works. I want something to go capture these airfields down south here. Well, first we'll finish that off. Well, next we'll try to lure the AA gun out of its position. That is fairly easy to do. Well, it depends on what the AI setting is, but let's say I move this bomber here. The only way for the A gun to target it would be to move onto the river, which is exactly what I'm doing. Let's hope this trick works. In the meantime, not too much to do. Yeah. Position my Stukas in the middle for air support when I actually need them. And my game seems to have frozen. That's not good. Ugh. Not quite sure what the problem is. Alright. Next. I think the AI is going to launch some limited counterattacks. Better put this here. It'll gain 4 ground defense from the fortification hex, which should help. We'll leave this here to take some fire for me. In the meantime, this arrangement is going to have to do for my units. Alright. There are a lot more Soviet armor units around Minsk, including the T-3441. The AI did exactly what I was hoping it would do. Oh, foolish AI. Now it's time to unleash some devastation. So, once the AA guns are dealt with, the rest in this area are trivial to take care of, although I probably shouldn't have used units quite in that way. Let's see. Yeah, like so. Pretty good. But the odds could be better. That thing needed to die. Alright. That dealt with, I can unleash the full power of my Air Force. Just start wreaking havoc on everything over here. Actually, you know what? I can capture those airfields with other units. Da-da-da. Still, as I always say, the odds could be better. There's no rushing this area. Not yet. You know, well, the Panzer II. There is another T-34 in the south there. Capture that city. Okay, now let's fight off some more Russians. Step 1. Make sure that unit doesn't retreat. Man, my infantry are too lethal. Thanks due to the way my mod works. I mean, normally a 3-star SE infantry would have effective attack of 7 with 10%. With my rules, they have +3 for effective attack of 9. On the other hand, people always prefer the SE Panzers, and in fact Panzers in general in the base game, and there was almost no reason to get infantry, which was also not good. So, I don't know. I wonder whether I may have gone overboard in these changes or not. And note this only applies for SE infantry, though. The normal grenadiers have +2 attack at 3 stars for 7 soft attack, which is still really good, but not godly. And I think this is fine. You can get infantry with 6 soft attack in a base game anyway. That's called the the paratroopers. Okay, I gotta think about up here. This is non-trivial. First of all, I do not like potential AI counterattacks. Capture that. I can now sneak this recon unit down south to capture some more airfields, but I actually think I want to keep it up north around here. May have uses. So it looks like I'm going to have to pause and allow some of my units to catch up here. It is an exceedingly bad idea. I cannot emphasize just how bad of an idea it is to rush ahead with light tanks or inexperienced Panzer. I guess that's part of the reason why I purchased one of these new Panzer IIIs, is to show just how hopelessly outmatched they are against the T-34 in direct combat, which is historically true. Well, I don't know. There's been some talk. On the one hand, a lot of people say the T-34 is probably the greatest tank from World War II. On the other hand, the Russians built the most tanks. No, that's right. The T-34, I think, is the most produced tanks, and the Sherman is the second most produced tank. I think that's right. On the other hand, the Russians also lost the most tanks. Despite the T-34 supposedly being one of the best tanks ever made, how come the Russians lost so many of them? And the rate continued even in like 43 and 44 when the Germans were clearly losing by that point. Losses were still appalling. So you wonder, what the deal was exactly. I'm just saying that's what some people said. Trying to decide what to do. Okay. The key to defeating armor counterattacks early on, as always, is more air power. I cannot have enough air power north there. We'll reposition a few more artillery. Reposition that over there. Wow. These thick forests will help me out considerably. Oh, I actually shouldn't have deployed my units quite in this manner. Let's hope this works out. Ugh. I don't even know what I want to do with that unit. Nice. That was well executed by the AI. I'm guessing those AA guns have spotting of 2. Yeah. I did not want to lose those strength points on that. I am back. I adjusted a few settings. Hopefully, things should work somewhat better now. Hopefully. In the meantime, the devastation continues. Without air cover, this fortress will be pounded into submission. I want that unit to retreat. As that makes it easy pickings for my follow-up troops. Let's see. Current deployment scheme is fine. Start bombarding that. Now let's flank some more positions, huh? Panzer II is not doing too shabby, is it? You know what? Want that thing to die this turn. 2 for 5, yeah. Let's hope I destroy it. Because then I can do this. I'm going to transfer this artillery to help out with the siege of Brest fortress. Alright. I'm actually gonna leave my SE infantry to capture these positions. Since I want the recon unit back up north. We'll take a safer route. Okay, this area is kind of tricky. This next part requires great finesse. I see. Damn. Alright, this is gonna have to be... Wow. Okay, let me think. The situation could be better. Situation could definitely be better up north. Oh boy. Damn, I don't have enough movement to do what I really wanted to do. Ugh, okay, in cases like that, we're just gonna have to do the following. Man, I am not positioning my troops well here. Hopefully, the next turn I can do this right. This is not the way to position your troops. Basically, you need to position your 88 gun one unit away from the front. This 88 gun is 2 units away from the front. Furthermore, my Panzer probably shouldn't be stuck on a forest here. I want to actually be on the clear and hopefully lure the Russian Panzers into the forest there. But I screwed up my deployment. Man, that's okay. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. There's a KV-2 tank. Those actually I haven't really buffed too much. Their hard attack is still 8. They have a very good soft attack, though. Yeah, now that's what you gotta be terrified of, and this is what I was afraid of. That's the T-34-41, which is a much better tank. Wow. Ugh. These Russian counterattacks, pretty brutal. Alright, situation up north is pretty critical. First off, let's try to deal with the T-34. Next, we'll try to deal with the KV. Good. It's almost out of ammo. Boy. You know what? I'm not done with the tricks I can play even from this disadvantageous position. I am not screwed yet. Alright, that's fully suppressed. So, yeah, those odds are horrible. Actually, probably should have hit the KV tank. But I do have a plan. Alright. We'll attack the KV tank with my Panzer III, doing almost no damage, but critically exhausting it of ammo. Now that unit is completely useless, and the frame rate seems to have dropped again. Ugh. This needs to be resupplied. Hopefully the T-34 stumbles onto the forest hex, but I'm betting it'll actually resupply there, or reinforce back up to 7. That's okay though, because I will bring in another Stuka to finish it off. Where's my other Stuka? Or another heavy fighter, that works. Well, oh, I forgot about this recon unit. That's what I could have done. I can still do it though. Observe the magic. Oh, it may not retreat in the correct direction. We'll see whether this is... Nope. So much for my attempt at magic. Do I have another air unit? No, these are all too far away. What about this bomber? I can do that. So hey, that worked out better than I thought. T-3441 not nearly as formidable as I remembered, but that's okay. Even the little Panzer 1 were getting on some of this action. Doing nothing, but that's okay. Transfer this to this airfield. You know. I also have the siege mortar that I can bring up to attack the central structure soon. Also attack that position over and over again. Alright. This unit can dash ahead. You gotta be careful of that T-34 stealing that area though, but otherwise I'm pretty safe. We'll transfer this unit. This is a little dangerous. I should be fine doing. No, that's too risky. This unit can resupply. Actually want to transfer this infantry over here too. All right. Ugh. Hmm. Huh. I am back. I honestly do not know what the problem is, but it is highly irritating. It always seems to be better after I stop recording for some reason. Alright. Still KV-1A tank and various other light tanks. There's artillery there, AA gun there. Ugh. Taking this city is not going to be easy. Minsk. By this city, I mean Minsk. Let's see. Let's play some tricks here, huh? Well, that T-34 got ambushed and horribly mangled. Let's see, what was that? T-34 40. 10 heart attack, 14 ground defense, but I'm fighting on a river. The main thing with T-34 is they have 2 less initiative than they would normally have, so instead of initiative 6, they have initiative 4. Now we can take the fortress by just strategic bombardment. If you surround it with enough units, eventually the fort will run out of ammo. And that'll be the end of that. I think there are some more Soviet units in there. Could be dangerous. Sure, why not? Of course, that has to happen, but I'm not too worried about the other Soviet units. Alright. Next, we'll deal with fortification. Which will be broken down soon enough. No need to rush. Alright, Minsk itself is pretty tough to crack this nut. Even as I ship up more artillery, gotta watch out. Let's take a look. Alright. There is also a gun. Do not like the AA gun. Send my auxiliary units to bombard it. We'll try to lure it up. That's what we'll do. Yeah. Again, we'll try to lure the AI into a suboptimal position plan, since that seems to be the best approach. Shift this north. Yeah, I honestly don't need this over there. Might as well make use of the railroad. I can shift it all the way over there, but that's too risky. You know what? We're gonna stay put. Well, no. Yeah. Whoa! AI fighter? That's... I haven't seen that. That surprised me. That really surprised me. I guess it's because I didn't capture the airfield to the south. That single one that I missed. That airfield's not easy to get to. I can't remember how I used to get to it very quickly. Huh. I mean, it's obviously the one I missed. I think it was with a recon unit, and I lured the Soviet fighter, the Soviet AA gun out early, and that's how I did it. Well, it's irrelevant. The single crappy Soviet fighter is not going to put up much of a fight. Although I probably should start escorting my air units now. Yeah. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Finish that off. That artillery survived. Barely. I know what to do. It's time for some bold maneuvers. Yeah. Well, that didn't solve my problem. Gonna have to pause. Well, actually, no. No, it seems to be better again. That worked brilliantly. Yeah, that's too risky. We'll position this there. We'll actually resupply that. It can stay in the train. Well, this place should be taken sooner rather than later. Eesh. Eventually I'll crack it. Might be a while though. Finally. You know what? Let's send this unit in. Those conscripts can be ignored. No interest in fighting these units, not really. Well, we can take a look. There is a T-34 that can be captured from Brest Fortress. Minsk itself, though, might still need a few turns before I can capture it. That's interesting. I guess that airfield not getting destroyed is a bigger problem than I thought, or not getting captured. That is more Soviet air units than I thought there would be. Huh. Interesting. Oh, now the Soviets are gonna buy respawns. That could be a problem, actually, since I didn't capture that city yet. Fortunately, the Soviets don't seem to have much prestige. Alright, alright. Damn, this situation could be better. Guess I'll actually have to use the auxiliary AA units. Quite unexpected. Where's my other AA unit? Oh, right. Because I didn't think I would need it. You know what? Huh, no, that doesn't work. I gotta have to think about that. Compress the assault here, though. Hmm. Actually, was not the plan. thing is almost out of ammo, which means there is an opportunity here. I'm reasonably confident it won't attack. Oh, don't want to put it there though. As for this area, best solution, this. Alright. Now we have to capture T-34. Sure, why not? Continue attack down south, cause there's nothing better to do. I haven't decided whether I want to keep this T-34 or not. On the one hand, it is the 1940 model, which has some serious flaws. On the other hand, it's still better than anything else I have. Poor KB tank. It's time to finish off that KB tank. Eesh. Actually, would prefer to force it to surrender, but I don't have enough units to do that. Or rather, I don't have units in the correct position. Eesh. But air attacks are also really good at finishing those things off. Oh, I captured a city already. There is a problem, though. If I move in, I'll get counterattack into oblivion. I don't want that. Instead, I want this. I don't even know why I'm packing these units down here. It's kind of boring, frankly. Eh. I mean, this is over. The only thing that was interesting were the Soviet planes appearing. Huh. I guess I was too slow to capture that one airfield south of Minsk. Yeah, that one's a bit tricky to get to. Yeah, I could have done it. I just forgot to focus on it. So I will finish the scenario many turns ahead of schedule, taking some damage. I guess this is a better demonstration of how to destroy the Soviet armor with air power alone, because I didn't really use my Panzers for that role, and I didn't really have too many matchups of the Panzers against the Soviet tanks. I'll try to have one for next scenario as an example. Well, there goes that. Honestly, these conscripts are boring to kill. Ugh, I'm not even gonna bother. Just gonna retreat my forces north of the river, so they are relatively safe. Alright, that concludes this scenario. Hopefully I have the technical issues resolved for the future. Alright, thank you for watching.